What if I told you that changes are coming to the greater Toronto real estate market and that prices could start trending upwards? Would you believe me? What if I could pull up the data and show you graphs and charts to show you the trend at which the market is going in? What if I told you that as a buyer, you could have more options to choose from, purchase a home with conditions, put less than 20% down on a purchase up to 1.5 million, and have interest rates much lower than a year ago? Would this get you thinking about purchasing your first or your next home? If you want to know what I really think, well, you gotta wait till the end of this video. Hey there, I'm Matt Sloan, and I'm a realtor here in the greater Toronto area. And if I could ask a huge favor, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would mean a lot, as I'm really working on growing my new YouTube channel. And if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Lastly, if you want to book a call with me at a time that works for you, I left a link in the description below. Well, all those things I mentioned earlier may not tempt you to get off the sidelines, but for many, in the month of October, it did. In October, and to start the month of November, we saw GTA housing sales surge at the fastest pace since COVID. And if you don't believe me, I brought some data and charts with me today to really break it down and give you a clear picture on what's been going on in the market and what we might be able to expect in the upcoming months. So stay with me here as I go over the demand indicators, the supply indicators, all which most importantly lead to those price indicators and what we've been seeing. So this first chart here breaks down the demand indicators for the month of October from 2015 to all the way to 2024, this past month of October. And we can finally see now, after a couple years and most recent months, the total sales for the month is getting closer to that 10-year average. So as you see here, we're just over 6,600 sales, total sales for the month of October, where the 10-year average for the month of October is just over 7,700. So again, we are a little below that, but as you can see here from the previous years, under 5,000 total sales in the month of October. And also, if you look at these past recent months, the total sales just have not been there or quite as much as we just finally saw in the month of October here. So we know there's demand there, but what's been happening with the supply? The supply is still up there. We still have over 24,000 active listings in the market right now, but keep in mind, a ton of those are in the condo space. The condo space is full of inventory right now, although it is starting to come down as well. It will just be at a slower pace than maybe the detached and semi-row town housing types. So we do have over 24,000 active listings right now, and the 10-year average is just over 16,000 for the month of October in active listings. So this next chart is actually one of my favorite charts or graphs to look at. It's the months of supply, and we can really see where things are trending when we look at this one. This one gives us a good indication of where the market is going in terms of price and how active things are. And just last month, we had over 5 months of inventory, and we've already come down just in this 1 month here down to 3.7 months of inventory. So inventory is slowly starting to get absorbed right now. And again, depending on where you are located in the GTA or where you're looking in the GTA, it will range a little bit differently, and also with what home type you have. Because as I mentioned, some home types, we still have a bunch of inventory, for instance, like condos, but if you're looking in around that semi-row townhome, call it quote unquote entry level into that freehold space, we are starting to see that inventory is getting absorbed there. So if I show you a little bit clearer here, this graph shows you the different months of inventory for each housing type. And as I mentioned, the condo space, we still have over 5 months of inventory. So definitely still a buyer's market right now for those people out there looking to get into a condo or possibly an investment property. Good time to buy in a condo right now. Next, detached, we see that's dropping down. We had almost 5 months of inventory last month. but now we're down to 3.4 months of inventory in the detached space. And then in the semi-row in town, we're down under 3 months of inventory right now in the semi-row in town housing type. So if that continues to trend, we will get into that seller's market again. It could be just around the corner, but we'll keep an eye on this to see what happens, especially when the upcoming changes and in the potential interest rates continuing to drop. So we'll see how that affects these things here. Lastly, let's, most importantly, everyone cares about the price indicators. So how is all this supply and demand affecting the price? Well, as we've seen throughout the year, the price has held pretty strong, even though we've had record levels of inventory. But we're starting to see that slow uptick here. So again, it's not going to happen overnight. We're not going to have crazy record prices just like that. But we are seeing the upward trend here, where this past month we had an average sale price of $1.135 million for all housing types across the GTA. So again, it's not going to skyrocket right now, but we are seeing that upward trend a little bit. How fast it continues to go, or if it levels off for a bit, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. I think a lot of it will depend on these upcoming changes to insured mortgages and also the interest rates, and also how quickly, this inventory that is on the market starts getting absorbed. So again, stay tuned. We'll keep an eye on that as we go over here. And then lastly, just to show you the change in average sale price for the housing types. So you can see detached is starting to creep up again, just over 1.4 million. Same with the semi-row in town, starting to creep back up a little bit. Year over year, it is still down, but again, holding relatively strong, just under that $1 million mark. And then condos, again, going to take a little bit more to absorb that inventory in the condo space and really to see a change in the average sale price there. But so to summarize, a lot is happening in the GTA real estate market. Insured mortgage changes benefiting the buyers, lower interest rates, inventory starting to absorb in certain areas around the city, buyers starting to come off the sidelines, while some still continue to wait. All these things are starting to push more activity into the market, which we saw in the month of October and early November. Lastly, what does this all mean for you? Well, that really depends on your situation, the property type you are in, the location in the city, and if you would like to discuss that information further, please schedule a call with me by clicking on the link in the description below. But to give you my quick 2 cents, if you are someone looking to downsize, maybe you wait closer to the spring. If you are a first-time home buyer, maybe you take advantage of the current buyer's market before some areas across the city begin to get more competitive. If you are looking to upsize, maybe we wait to sell that town or semi until after the insured mortgage changes. As I said, it all depends on your situation, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you could give it, and it gave you a clearer picture of what is going on in the market currently and what we may expect in the months to come. So see you in the next one.